Hi, I'm Tatiana Ravenko. I'm really glad that we touched this point, the question about data sharing, because it's something that stays really in my heart as a scientist, as a former researcher, when I was searching the potential treatment for metastatic disease. And this is one of the motor why I founded Medical Data Hub, which aims exactly to promote the data sharing within the scientific community and in the healthcare sector. So we are supporting organizations to do it, but however, I see there is a lot of non-willingness to share the data. And I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what can we do or how can we improve to motivate to share the data within this community? Thank you.
So, you know, I've spent many years thinking about this because we've had all kinds of issues with our data. So we have a database, international database, which has become the unique database. What happened? Two things have happened. And one is doable, the other is to be tested. One is that this whole database on the human impact of climate disasters was funded by the US government. For 30 years, they funded it, without question, completely every single year, 30 years. What did they do? They made us sign, before we get a grant, that this is public data, and all of it has to be available to anybody. And we've had issues with it. We have an American professor in Texas who yelled and screamed because we did not release part of it because we were not sure it was not validated. So one thing you can do is this, to have the granting agencies agree to put in a clause saying any data that has been, you know, that we have funded you for should be put on a public platform. It exists to a certain extent. The second thing that I think is is more of a carrot rather than a whip. The carrot is what we are doing for merge. What have we done for merge? These are big data sets that exist for certain disciplines, right? Now you have to give them a carrot. Why should Max Planck agree to share the data? Why should they? They don't need to. They are a big institution. The only way you can help, you can attract them in, is by saying you are going to get 500,000 more hits per week on your website. You will get visibility, much higher visibility than you will ever get staying in your little specialized ecology guys, you know, only those guys are looking. So you have to put in a carrot. So you need a carrot and you need a whip. And the whip is grant funding organizations have to make you sign, saying that any data is public data. And second is to attract people to share the data by saying you will get more visibility. You will be on everybody's citation. Those are the only things I can think of pragmatically over time.
How about those in private sector? Because how about those in private sector, like small startups, medtechs?
You know, one of the private sector partners that we have who are really difficult, but not entirely, is Munich Reinsurance, right? You've heard of Munich Reinsurance, one of the biggest reinsurance companies in the world. So we work with Munich Reinsurance and we work with Swiss Reinsurance. It's very hard to get data. They have very, very good data all over the world because they have offices all over the world. That honestly, to be honest with you, you can only count on goodwill and sweet behavior. That's it. You have to be sweet to them, and you have to go to Munich 3 times a year. You have to be nice, and Petra will then give you access to the data.